Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Crimes, Killers, Cults.
And what the hell is that on that guy's head?
oh, I'm Bill, and joining me is Kevin Carlton, host of the History Podcast, which has been voted most likely to support his next 6 generations by 3 or 4 different people online.
Not me. I can say that it's been voted most likely to upset people by not being nice to Confederate soldiers in an episode. So,
Wah.
yeah. I had someone mention, like, you really should stay away from the Civil War because you're too one-sided. What part upset you when I called, like, Nathan Bedford Forrest, the guy that created the Klan, a piece of shit, or when I called the guy that ran Andersonville a piece of shit?
Right?
Which one upset you? Show me on the the fucking pointed hood. Which one of these comments upset you? It's like, man.
Little bit. I have some ado.
Adieu.
Ado to do. I have ado.
What's due?
Basically, the show might be taking a break here at some point because there's some things that I need to do regarding the show, and something that could be y'all might find pretty interesting. That's all I'm going to say about it. But so we might do that, and in the course of doing that, we'll probably going to wind up getting several episodes ahead, or at least I'll have several written ahead.
I know what he's
we're also
talking
gonna
about.
we're also going to be redoing a couple episodes that were a little rough from back in the old days. So just episodes that could be better. So not sure if or when that's going to happen, or when or if or however whatever, but it might happen. But either way, for episode 200, we've got a nice surprise for you. That's for sure.
We do.
Yes.
And you know what? While we're doing things, so I've got episode 9 of season 3 coming out on Monday. Episode 10 for History Goon for season 3 is going to be my mid-season break. The problem is, episode 10 is probably going to be like episode 10 A, B, and C, because at final count for this episode, I'm at 35 pages and just about 19,000 words.
Damn.
So, I mean, it's a topic that I've been working on since before my old show started. So I've basically written a very small book at this point.
Damn.
Well,
for context, for context, this is going to be a shorter. This episode tonight is going to be a shorter one, and it's got about a little over 4,000 words. For context, and that's a short CKCA episode. Did you hear me? I almost said B.
You did. I catch myself whenever I do, like, half the time when I do my my Ko-Fi at the end of my show, I want to say Dark Windows, and I'm like, nope, that's not your show anymore. That's not it. That show's been dead for 2 years.
So, anyway, that's. I also got to check out my shirt.
You may want to do that when you get rid of the picture, so you can get a better shot of it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Not telling you how to run your show or anything. I'm just making a suggestion.
Well, you made a good point.
Anyway, yeah. When we do that, I'll do mine too. How about that?
Huh?
When you do that, I'll do mine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get the song queued up.
No, it's totally fine. I just like this shirt because it makes my shoulders look huge, which is awesome.
Okay. So anyway, some people want fame and fortune. Me, I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Some people think that they are so special and are owed fortune and fame. They think that they're so special that everybody on the planet should want to drool over these people.
And for tonight, they get a haircut like that.
Yeah. And for tonight's episode, I found an interesting story about one of these people, a special kind of dumbass who would not only commit murder, possibly get away with it, but then to go on to one of those annoying MTV/VH1 reality shows to become famous and flaunt himself when he knows that police have an eye on him.
This guy seems like a real idiot already. I mean, just judging strictly on the haircut, I can tell you he's probably pretty dumb.
Right. And if that's not enough, this is a Florida story.
Oh, okay, so he is dumb is what you're saying.
Hey now.
1, 2, 3, 4. Way down above the stormy river, far, far away. That's where my heart is journeying together, home where the old folks stay. Hey,
Hey. Oh, hey.
Hey. And if that's not enough, there's a twist at the end of this.
No.
So that's a hell of a setup. That is a hell of a setup.
Let's see that shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
That's the album cover for my second album. It's called Intruder. And on the back of it, it has a QR code that'll take you to my YouTube page, which has links to Spotify and all the other stuff.
See, mine is not anything to do with an album cover. Mine is just like my favorite professional wrestler of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Elizabeth.
Me and Miss Elizabeth.
I fucking love Randy Savage. God, he was good.
Me and Sensational Sherry, we're gonna tear it up.
And if anybody out there is bored, go on YouTube and find Dan Soder. He's a comedian. He does.
Oh, yeah, he does the
best Macho Man impressions I've ever heard. Oh my God, is he good?
It's like it's as good as that guy that does John Madden, Paul Calendo or whatever.
Yeah.
It's that good.
Or if you're a professional wrestling nerd, you can also look up Jay Lethal, who did a character for quite some time called Black Machismo, where he is the black version of Randy Savage, and his is fucking incredible. Yeah, God, he's good.
Anyway, this story starts in 2008. A reality TV producer was contacted with somebody who had a brand new idea for a brand new kind of reality show. A way for nobodies to get their 15 seconds of fame by making total idiots of themselves on TV.
Yeah, some of us have to do that with audio only.
This is true. But they had to keep coming up with new ideas because these shows didn't really last all that long.
No, I mean, they're all terrible.
Yeah, and you can only get so much of these shows before it gets old. Personally, I can't stand reality TV. I watched
it's very hit or miss for me.
I watched MTV's The Real World for about half of its first season, and that was about all I could stomach.
Like the closest I get to reality TV that I will actively sit down and watch is like Gold Rush or Deadliest Catch.
I've seen one episode of Survivor, and that was the year where it came on right after the Super Bowl.
So you didn't watch it; it happened to you, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I survived it. No, and at the end of the Super Bowl, I was at a party and everything. I watched like the first couple minutes of it. I was like, okay, this is stupid. but it was on, and people were watching it at the party that I was at.
Yeah.
But I did watch about half a season of The Amazing Race because I thought that looked fun.
Yeah, and it's not.
But I got bored with that too. Pawn Stars and Storage Wars, I've seen a handful of episodes of those, and those are at least interesting.
But it's like there's nothing real about anything on reality TV. It's all scripted, and that's what just presented as that. Don't try to convince people that you don't have 1,000 writers like writing these like little talking segments for the people that are on the show.
Right. And well, I mean, I've seen the audition episodes of American Idol because I like seeing all those talentless hacks who thinks they're next.
Those are just fun though because it's so cringy.
Yeah, they think they're the next Freddie Mercury, but they quit airing those episodes, so I stopped watching.
Well, they probably did that because people were like harassing these people until they went home and wanted to like find a wobbly stool somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. But that, as
Just
far as
because
I
I'm a
can think,
talentless hack doesn't mean you have to pick on me for it. Yes, yes, it does
yeah,
actually.
exactly. But that's as far as I can remember. That's literally the only reality shows that I've watched. But this new MTV show was called From G's to Gents, which was produced by Jamie Foxx.
Christ, this is going to be horrible.
The premise was taking gangsters off the street and teach them how to be gentlemen. 16 contestants, gang members from different gangs living in LA together.
That'll work great, won't it?
What could go wrong?
We got guys arguing over what color fucking bed sheets they have, you know.
But the show ran for 3 seasons, but our story takes place in season 2.
Okay.
Its host was Farnsworth Bentley, who was a stylist for Diddy, and I'm sure some of the cast of characters probably made some appearances at some of Diddy's parties from time to time. So we're not off to a great start, are we?
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. I need you to repeat that man's name.
Farnsworth Bentley.
Okay, he sounds like a cartoon pimp.
He does.
Like that straight up sounds like a character from the Boondocks.
And he was a stylist for Diddy.
That's right up there with a pimp called Slickback. So that's wow.
These guys were, you know, when the official stuff was going on, they're all dressed in suits, matching colors. It had to be matching colors.
Of course.
They were being taught how to hold champagne glasses, how to properly set and eat at a table, other things, and hopefully by the end of 10 episodes, they'd be upstanding citizens or gents.
This sounds like a skit from Chappelle's Show.
It does. It really does.
And somewhere, Clayton Bixby is just so mad at this whole concept.
But as was the case with all of these shows, people were eliminated at the end of each episode. So at the end, there would only be one. Only one would be a gent, I guess. And I'm sorry, when I think of gent, I think of dun, 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 you know, gent on the DJENT.
Okay, I see what you're
guitar.
Saying. Okay,
but
all right, Bill.
But
you fucking nerd.
I haven't written any gent songs yet. None of my songs are genty, but not yet. I might write one eventually.
And again, I have no idea what that even means.
But
Is
the
that
prize,
like drop D or what?
No, gent.
Okay.
Hold on, ADD break.
Here we go.
Okay. It's an onomatopoeia describing a distinctive high gain, heavily distorted and palm muted guitar sound. It functions as a subgenre or stylistic approach with progressive metal pioneered by bands like Meshuggah.
Oh, okay. So it's like super heavy shit. Okay.
Yeah, that Periphery, Tesseract.
Yeah.
Bands like that. And you'll see a lot of like 8-string guitars and stuff like that. Where I only use a 7-string. So.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
And the slanted frets on them instead of straight. The slanted fret so that you can pull up on the note a little bit without bending it.
I see.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I strictly play a 1-string guitar, so
an air guitar.
Yeah, I'm really good at belly drums though. Like I can play those like a motherfucker. Like,
but the prize for this was joining the Gentlemen's Club, whatever that is, and
that's a strip club, is what that is.
Yeah, I know that's exactly what I was thinking, but I think that this was some niche thing that they set up, like we're the champion of each season, like they expected this thing to go beyond 3 seasons.
And it's a gentleman's club associated with Diddy, so that could be
horrific. Loosely, but gang members though.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible idea.
But the prize was this club as well as $100,000.
Well, that's even better. Let's give all these idiots money too.
Well, it's only one. Only one gets the money.
This would be like if you did like a season of Orange County Choppers where they brought in somebody from like the Hells Angels and an outlaw to work together in the shop.
Yeah.
How many scenes would they have to blur out where they're just beating each other with wrenches?
Yeah. So for these guys, it was a chance to get fame and fortune. And I kind of feel like this episode has similarities to the Lloyd Avery episode, which was episode 149. You were on that one, weren't you?
Don't believe so.
Lloyd Avery, the actor that was in Boys in the Hood, the guy that
Yes,
did the
okay, I was. The name wasn't ringing a bell for some reason, but yes, I was on that one. That was one of my first temporary full-time episodes.
Yeah. That was before everything crashed and burned last year.
Correct.
But it also maybe even Stephen Port. He goes on that cooking show.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the next day after he had killed somebody.
Was it Hell's Kitchen or was it Yeah, it was Hell's Kitchen, because the other one's Kitchen Nightmares, which I prefer, but he was not on that one.
But these guys were from the streets. Some were probably legit. And they wanted to get out and get into a more respectable lifestyle. Others probably had no intention of bettering themselves. They probably
Absolutely not.
Yeah, they probably just wanted the money and their fame to increase their cred. I mean, hundreds of guys tried out and only 16 were picked.
Yep.
If they did any background checks on these guys, it was minimal.
No doubt.
They wanted real and dangerous LA gangsters, and the scenario was hemorrhaging red flags. But to make a successful reality TV show, you have to take risks, and they were definitely taking risks.
Yes, this is a very risky show to put up, I would imagine, because you never know if one of your guys is just not going to show up for a shoot the next day because he was at one the night before.
Sources are the Death by Fame documentary, season 3, episode 7, and ATF.gov. So let's meet our subject, shall we?
I think we shall.
22-year-old Baron Cologne. His street name was Dirty.
Great.
He was from Miami. He was very proud of it.
Okay, so his street name is Dirty.
Yeah.
And his last name, if pronounced incorrectly...
Dirty Cologne.
Filthy asshole.
Dirty Cologne.
I went with Dirty Colon, but it's a good thing he's in prison. I mean, whatever.
No, he isn't. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, whatever. Come find me.
He's in prison. But
you won't make it up the driveway, my man.
The area code there is 305. And he represented the 305, or the 305 as he worded it. He says it all the time. It's like if you say hi to him, he replies 305.
God.
Baron had drug theft and burglary charges. Nothing too bad. Although his hair looked like
is a crime on its own.
His hair looked like Cam Newton. I was going to say on a bad day, but just on a good day.
It's somewhere between like a spider plant and a pineapple. That you're not wrong though.
Well, this illustration, sums it up. We have Cam Newton looking like a cowboy hat with I don't know, a cactus growing out of the top of it, and then Baron, the same hairstyle minus the cowboy hat.
I mean, Cam Newton is a cape away from looking like a gay vampire in that picture, though.
This is true. You're right. Oh my God, I could totally see it.
And it's like, I would probably say that to him in person. Be like, man, I don't know if you can change the light bulbs where you get dressed or not. Like, you shouldn't be doing that stuff in the dark, though.
No, I don't know.
You look like a tablecloth with a jacket over it.
Cam's cool.
It's like bad curtains with a sports coat.
except where he didn't jump on the ball during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Anyway,
or like cheating on tests in college to, whatever.
That too. But
yeah. I mean, Jameis Winston stole crab legs, and he is actually a good person. So,
well,
I mean, I would.
I
hang out
haven't
with
heard
him.
anything bad about Cam Newton as a person.
No, he just seems like he's kind of a dick, though. Like from what I've seen
Well,
of him,
maybe.
like on his like talk show or whatever. Jameis Winston, on the other hand, is like I would hang out with that dude, give him the chance.
As long as he buys the crab legs.
He's got the fun kind of CTE.
But his demeanor on camera was that of a young gangster who loved to party. And he didn't hide it at all. I mean, you could say that he would have been the incredible achievement in turning him into a gent. But while he was an extroverted extrovert, not everybody there was. And the vast differences in personalities were going to clash. But
Yeah.
But these guys handled it very differently than a gent would. These guys weren't afraid to fight. Did I mention that there was alcohol plenty there at all times?
I think you did. Yes. It's like when you watch actually this is basically the only other reality TV thing that I've ever watched was like The Ultimate Fighter, where we take a bunch of alpha personality types that want to beat the shit out of each other and stuff them in a tiny house full of liquor in a pool. And let's just see what happens. Like, that's a good idea, Dana. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
These fucking animals are going to beat each other to death on the fake grass. That's what's going to happen.
There was another one that I watched. It was Ted Nugent, and he was like getting these snotty, bratty city kids and everything, and bringing them out to his ranch and everything. And he's
making them process deer and shit. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and they're all like bitching and everything, like, "Oh my god, this is so hard." And it's like, do you want to win or not?
Yeah.
Do
you want to eat tonight?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, it's so unfair. Well, bitch, you came here of your own choice. There's the door. You're free to leave anytime you want. It's just I wanted him. I wanted him to shoot a rabbit and force feed it raw down their throats, every single one of them. There wasn't a single character in that, but I don't even think I lasted like an entire season of it. I remember there was this one scene where where he rips open a chainsaw and it slips out of his hand and cuts this huge gash in his leg. He's like, "I'll be back in about 30 minutes." And he had to go get stitched up, and then he came right back with blood on his pants.
I didn't even change my pants. Woo!
The Nuge.
The white buffalo demands it.
But cameras were on him constantly, and he was the one to watch. I mean, his story kind of changed occasionally. For example, when the show started, he said he had one baby mama. Later, it was two.
Ah, well, I mean, did that change like between episodes or?
Well, maybe. Hold on. I got to take this call. I'll be right back.
You never can tell. Next thing you know, he's a wide receiver for the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill's got like 37 kids, doesn't he?
Yeah, but
does he not play for the Dolphins anymore?
He doesn't play for the Dolphins anymore.
Yeah, I don't watch enough football to know.
They gutted that team. But his backstory was a sad one. When he was 2 months old, his mother threw him in a garbage can, and they believed that part of the story because he dropped his party demeanor and even cried a little bit. He said he never knew his real parents and was raised in the streets. It was all he ever knew. This seemed legit because there was a lot of hurt that came out if he talked about it. I mean, yeah, they played some of it and everything, and I believed him.
Mm-hmm.
One producer said that he believed that Barron legit wanted to change things in his life and become successful. Put a knife in that. In one of his interviews, he said that if he doesn't change, it's either prison or death. No in between. Put a knife in that. So, in my opinion, he recognized that it was a do-or-die situation. Fernando Succo was a homicide. A homicide. I don't know what that is.
It sounds like a It sounds like a Turkish military officer from the Crusades.
Yeah, that, and it also sounds like a scientific procedure done on people in the Farscape series.
Gotta go in and remove this thing.
Fernando Succo was a homicide detective for the Miami-Dade Police Department. In 2009, he was just about to retire.
Put a knife in that.
No, not really.
No, in the retirement.
Well, yeah. Oh, so you mean literally? Okay. There we go.
I'm getting ready to retire. Nah.
Put a knife in that.
We're gonna need you to hang out for a minute.
But he had seen, he wound up watching the season that Barron was on, and he said that he didn't buy it. He thought it was all an act, and if it was an act, it was a damn good one. So that's all I can really say about it.
Okay.
Other people were thinking it was a bit embellished, but all these same people, like on the staff and everything, they all wanted Barron to win.
Interesting.
But now we're going to backtrack. And by backtrack, we had
We gotta take. You know what that means. We gotta take. And for the true crime machine.
January 30th, 2006 at 11:30 p.m. a 911 call came into the Miami-Dade Police Department. The caller heard gunshots. He went outside and called and
Start that over just to be safe.
give me a minute. I'm going to take a piss.
Yeah, you're good. Clear your head.
Yeah.
Go pee.
Maybe grab a beer. I'm kidding.
Root beer. Bill's gone. I'm going to tell you about my show. My show is called History Goon. Once a week, every Monday, I release an episode where I talk about a person or a event from history that you may not know about, or you may know about, and you're just going to get my spin on it. It's a lot of fun. You can check me out over on 1159 Media. Or if you want to go over to my Patreon, we have patreon.com/1159 Media, where you can find History Goon. You can find my bonus content. You can find a slew of other shows over there as well. We've got a little bit of something for everybody.
The caller heard gunshots. He went outside and he saw a car taking off with its lights off. Police came out and there was a woman crying her eyes out. Detective Succo said, he was the lead investigator in the case. The front door of the house in question was open. He went inside and saw that there were lots of paintings leaning up against the walls throughout the house. An artist lived there.
Okay.
There was very little furniture, just the bare minimum, but it was also in disarray, like there had been a fight, and there was blood on the walls and on the floor, including a bloody shoe print. Which, when I wrote that, I thought that would have something to do with the case later, which is why I mentioned it, but it turned out nothing. The bloody shoe print never came up again.
Cool. Red herring style.
Yeah. But there was actually a bullet tip on the floor with blood on it, like it went right through and then landed on the floor.
Weird.
Yeah. I've never heard of that before, but
No, they don't usually do that. They usually go through and then embed in something. I mean, even if they hit bone, they don't generally just kind of like bloop and fall out. I mean,
what if the victim was on the ground when they got shot and it went through?
It would still like embed in the floor. Generally, not very often is a bullet like the projectile itself just like hanging out on the floor.
Well, what if it like nicked a rib that slowed down its trajectory a little bit?
They'll. I mean, I'm assuming.
I'm asking you because you're the gun expert here.
No. You're fine. So I'm assuming, since we're talking about this type of activity, that this is most likely a 9mm. Okay, bear with me for a moment.
You're right.
YouTube
It
doesn't
wasn't
like guns.
It was a 9mm.
YouTube doesn't like guns, so I'm not showing my guns, except for the one that doesn't work, allegedly. So we have a couple of different options here. First, we have the 9mm jacketed, like full metal jacket, which is just a solid ball.
Right.
This is most likely what's going to be used in a case like this, I would assume, because these are cheap. And those will just go through and hit whatever. Or we have a 9mm jacketed hollow point. This one, in this case, is a Hornady personal critical defense round, which has a little rubber thingy in there. These, when they hit pretty much any kind of tissue, they expand, so they don't go through as often. And if that hits bone, it's going to mushroom against it for the most part, and just send chunks
if it ricochets, it's gonna be like all jacked out of shape and everything, right?
Well, yeah. If you've ever seen what a hollow point looks like when they're expanded,
pictures. They showed pictures, and it looked like it had just come off of the casing.
well, yeah, that's strange. That might have been like I mean, only thing I could really think of is if that was like something went wonky with the round itself. There was like a head spacing issue and it just fell off, because I've seen that happen before where they're not crimped properly onto the casing itself.
And you just said that particular type of bullet is likely cheap, and we're dealing with street people, so they're not exactly going to go out there and buy the best of the best.
Yeah, I mean, these are, what the fuck are these ones? These are Winchester that I like. My regular full metal jackets are Winchester.
Right.
You get a box of these for like $12-13 up here. I mean, Florida might be cheaper.
Probably.
My hollow points, the other ones I just showed you, those were $48 for a box of 20. So that's why we don't shoot those. Those are the ones you need just in case.
They also found 5 spent 9mm bullet casings. They went into the garage, and then they found a body.
Neat.
The victim was 44-year-old Marcelo Vera, a white Hispanic Cuban man. He had served in Cuba's military, and he had moved to Miami in the 80s and was an art dealer. He had been shot 4 times in the back, and he had open wounds from being beaten with fists as well as a blunt object.
Jesus.
This was a robbery gone wrong, but Marcelo would have been a major target to be robbed, because you got to figure this is how he made his living. His house looked like every other house on the outside. On the inside, it looked like an art gallery or a warehouse.
He said he was Cuban military? So that's not necessarily an easy target to go after. So I'm assuming they probably shot him a couple of times first, or if there was more than one person. This is not going to be an easy guy to go after if he's, military trained, unless he was like a cook or something and didn't have any kind of, training like that. But
I'm not going to say put a knife in it, but that does come up, and it's just somebody's opinion. So
okay,
but still, yeah. He kept to himself, and he was quiet, and so how would some random perp know that he was an art dealer with lots of money?
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. So police were confused. I mean, all of his money was there, and it didn't look like any of the art was taken. There was no forced entry. There was also a Louis Vuitton purse that was full.
Okay.
When police questioned the girl who was on the scene crying, she told them that she had worked for Marcelo doing bookkeeping. She said that he wanted her, but she only saw him as a friend and a boss because she was a lesbian.
Fair enough.
But he bought her that purse, paid to have her, nails done, things like that, hoping that she would change her mind. But basically, according to her, she had him in the friend zone.
Right. I mean, if she's a lesbian, then that would make sense,
Yeah. But the girl, Stephanie Casapion, said that what happened that night was that Marcelo was trying to force himself on her, and this had been happening frequently, and she got pissed and had a high school friend of hers come to do a home invasion and rob him of all the money, which she knew
Neat.
that Marcelo had lots of stashed in his house. And the friend,
Is our buddy
none
from the
other,
show.
Baron Cologne. And he was still in high school at the time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Meanwhile, go ahead.
Nope. So I'm sure his parents are proud.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know who his parents are.
Oh, that's true.
If his story is true.
That's true. That's fair.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, in the autopsy, it was determined that Marcelo had a 38 caliber bullet in his body. You know what that means?
Means he's been shot.
Not only that, but you know what else that means? There were two shooters.
2 different calibers he was shot with?
Yeah, they found spent 9mm casings and a 38 caliber bullet in it. And there was a 9mm in them too, but still. There were two different types of bullets in them.
Have you ever seen Boondock Saints?
Not sure. I think so.
What if it was one guy with 6 guns? What the hell are you thinking? And it turns out it was one guy.
No, I'm thinking. I haven't seen that. I'm thinking the Gangs of New York.
Oh, damn it. You shouldn't have said that. Now I have to go watch that. Fuck, that's a good movie.
It is a good movie. I watched it for the first time when I had COVID.
I mean, anything with Daniel Day-Lewis is going to be good, though. I mean...
But the plan, according to Stephanie, was that she would lure Marcelo out of the house and she and Baron would rob him. And that's a pretty stupid plan, if you ask me, not to mention the fact that she stayed on the scene.
Dumbass!
Yeah. Yep.
Stephanie showed up at the house that night. Baron was already waiting, but Baron had brought 2 people with him. So now there's 4 people involved. So we're getting into murder trust territory with Michael Malloy here.
Yep.
There's too many people involved in the plan.
Yeah, too many cooks.
Yep. Their street names were Crazy Dread and Big Killer.
Big Killer's 5'2".
just by virtue of those names, bringing them along probably wasn't the best idea.
And holy shit, could you imagine being in high school and having a nickname like Big Killer?
I don't think that these guys were in high school.
What the fuck have you been up to? I mean, none of them are probably in high school. Like, they're high school age, but I'm assuming none of them are in high school.
Well, yeah, you're probably right. But I don't think Big Killer and Crazy Dread were maybe. Well, I don't know. Put a knife in that because I think they were high school age too. I think, but so you also have 4-on-1 when it comes to the robbery, and that's overkill.
Yeah, a little bit.
But maybe not because, like you were saying, Detective Suko said that he thought that Baron was afraid to face Marcelo himself, so that's why he brought more muscle and more firepower.
Fair enough, yeah. I mean, again, a guy with any kind of military training, if he gets a hold of one of these guns, he's going to kill all of you.
Yeah.
And I don't imagine the Cuban military is super soft either.
Right.
You know, being a communist country and all that.
But he believed that Marcelo would have whooped Baron's damn ass in a 1-on-1 fight.
For sure.
So Stephanie did her part and got Marcelo outside. It probably wasn't that hard considering he wanted her. But Baron and his crew were waiting there in their car for a phone call saying it was go time. Another stupid move because phones can place you wherever you are, especially if it receives a call.
Yeah, even in 2000, what'd you say, 2006?
2008, 6?
Yeah, they can still track your phone back then.
But Stephanie said that she needed to go to the bathroom, so she went inside, and that was when she made the call and told the guys it was go time.
I get a piss real quick. You want to hang out with Big Killer for a minute? Yeah, he seems like probably a pretty nice guy. Sure.
Big Killer, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he kills hot dogs.
This is like my friend Switchblade. He'll watch your dog while you go to the bathroom.
Yeah. She locked herself in the bathroom and the three guys attacked Marcelo. She heard the fighting. She heard gunshots a moment later. And apparently everybody was not kung fu fighting.
No, they were gun fu fighting.
Yeah. After only a couple minutes, it was dead silent, and Stephanie ran out of the bathroom, and she saw Big Killer leaving the house. Then she saw Marcelo on the floor, shot and bleeding out. She then ran into the yard to see Big Killer get into the car, and all three of them hauled ass. And Stephanie just stayed there. She said that she had no idea who actually fired the shots. There were two gunmen and one who wasn't a gunman, so this was sure to complicate the investigation.
Now, in Florida, you would know this better than I would. If you are
the driver of the car is just as guilty as the people that pulled the trigger.
Okay, good. That's what I was curious about, because I know they have that in California. I don't remember what it's called, what the law is, but if you are if you're any part of a crime like that, you are automatically just as guilty as if you were in and pulled the trigger yourself.
Right.
Okay.
This is Florida, man.
Yeah, they'll fucking kill you back in Florida. They don't care.
I've said this so many times. Florida is where serial killers go to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ted Bundy, Danny Rolling. I mean, there's a list of all.
Eileen Wuornos.
Well, she was raised here. I'm talking about ones that came here to do some shit, wound up getting caught, like Bundy and Rolling. And
True. Bundy's one of my people, though, so. He was born an hour and 20 minutes north of me up in Burlington at a home for unwed mothers that's now an office building. I've been in there before. Yep. When I worked for Orkin doing pest control, that was one of my stops.
Stephanie said this was just supposed to be a robbery, and Marcella wasn't even supposed to get hurt. Well, Stephanie, that's what you get when you hire a high school gangster to do a hit, and he brings his buddies Big Killer and Crazy Dread.
So she set this whole thing up and then called 911 afterwards.
I don't think she was the one that called 911.
I was going to say, that's pretty fucking stupid.
Well, the fact that she's there says that she is pretty stupid.
Right. That's correct also.
Speaking of the Michael Malloy case, which is episode 1, anytime you have multiple people involved in a crime, you're going to have as many versions of the story as you do suspects.
Yep.
And the one who was just there likely played more of a role than anything else that they're admitting to.
There's an old, what the fuck is it? Old Norse saying, it's like three people can keep a secret if two of them are dead.
Yeah, exactly. But the various versions, they never match up, and
No.
the Michael Malloy case is a perfect example of that. But police began talking to Marcella's neighbors. One heard shots and saw two men in black baggy clothes. One had a gun in his hand. There was a car with people in it waiting for the two men who got in and took off. So possibly even more people in the car than Barron and his two buddies, maybe? We don't know.
Yeah, possible.
But, if a red van could have been on the scene and somebody would say they saw a white Toyota Camry.
Right. Eyewitnesses are notoriously not
reliable.
Not reliable, yeah.
But so sure, Stephanie didn't want Marcella to be hurt or killed, but she did set up the robbery, and she did set it into motion. Yeah. Marcella was taking care of her, so no good deed goes unpunished. I seriously doubt that he was actually forcing himself on her, but that's just my opinion. I don't.
Yeah, probably not.
It was never said one way or the other whether it was. It doesn't change anything. I mean, Stephanie was charged with first-degree felony murder, and she took a plea deal. She got 15 years, and she testifies against anyone who would be arrested in connection with the murder.
Okay. Which, I mean, for setting up a murder, 15 years is still not enough, I don't think. But
right, especially, just period. But still, I mean, she was part of it, and
correct.
She was sent. So they hung her out to dry.
They could almost, like, that many people, they could almost hit him with RICO at that point.
Well, because Baron and Big Killer and they just left her hanging, and I mean, I guess I couldn't expect them to say, "Hey, we were on it too," So I guess that's just how it works. But
There's
they're
a
go
there's
ahead.
another show I listen to called Crime and Sports, where one of their rules is you don't have teenagers in your hit squad. That goes back to an episode they did of believe it was a Brazilian soccer player that um, killed his girlfriend and fed her to dogs, and one of the guys that helped him do it was his like 13-year-old nephew,
Oh,
and he's the
whoopsie.
one that fucking rolled on everybody.
But the top suspect, Baron Cologne.
Of course.
A month later, Baron was pulled over by a cop and was taken in for questioning. He told Detective Suko that he was just trying to make ends meet. He admitted to selling drugs and they had never been in any trouble with law enforcement. He wasn't under arrest and he was free to leave unless he wanted to stay and talk. But I mean, I don't know. He should have at least been held on suspicion, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done enough of these cases where they'll find a reason to hold you for,
Mhm.
On suspicion.
And they can
You
just
would
like
think-
straight up detain
you
you
would
for
think a
48
murder,
hours for questioning, I think too, right? Is
You
it
would think
24 or
a
48?
murder,
I think they can hold you for like 24 or 48 hours for questioning regardless.
right? But they didn't.
No, they didn't. Doesn't sound like.
But predictably, Baron had no clue what Suko was talking about. And he hadn't seen
Mhm.
Stephanie that night, and he had no idea who Marcelo was.
Of course not.
All he had admitted to was knowing Stephanie from high school. He was asked about Big Killer and Crazy Dread, and of course, he had no idea who they were.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of him. He even offered up his fingerprints in a DNA sample without even being asked for it. So he's
that's
either
just stupid.
confident or that he won't get caught, or he really wasn't on any books.
Probably more confident that he wouldn't get caught, I would imagine.
He hadn't been charged with anything yet at this point.
Oh, okay.
I mean, other than like burglary or something.
But you would still have fingerprints on record for that.
Yeah, you're
If
right.
you've been
You're
booked,
right.
Yeah.
So he's never been arrested.
Yeah, if you've been booked, you have fingerprints.
Yeah, he was then read his rights and he chose to remain silent, and then the police let him go.
Smart
But
move.
they were watching him. Still, they had nothing other than what Stephanie was saying that he did.
Yep.
And they weren't trusting her either. I mean, she could just be blaming somebody else, and sure enough, Baron's DNA didn't come up. There was no identifiable DNA was found at the crime scene, and the case hit a wall.
So maybe he's our driver, because that would mean no fingerprints at the scene if he didn't get out of the car.
I'll just go ahead and say put a knife in that.
Okay. Gonna run out of knives.
Or maybe.
Okay.
So 2 years later, after no new developments, we're right back at the beginning when Baron went on from G's to Gents. Producers of the show had no clue that he was involved in a murder. And if they had done a background check, which honestly they probably did, but it wouldn't have turned up anything because he had never been charged with anything.
Right.
And actually Detective Suko even verified that. He said when he did the show, there was nothing on his record. Still, police would find out if you had been involved in a crime, especially in a case like this where somebody who was charged had dropped your name. With people like this, the police are just waiting for you to fuck up. I mean, this is BTK with his floppy disk.
They're going to say floppy something else, but that's okay.
He had gotten away with murder, and you'd think he'd lay low, right?
No. No, this is a gangster, Bill. They're going to do stupid shit.
So the show was like any other stupid reality show where they show the contestants arriving and gushing over the mansion. There was that very impressive spread of food. The guys ignored that because there was also every kind of alcohol imaginable, and that's what they tore into.
Of course.
Yeah.
Free booze? Yeah, I'm here for that.
Yeah. Baron got drunk really quickly and he started stumbling around and even fell a couple of times. He had this drunk thing where he would just get into people's personal space and he would let out this roar thinking that he was hilarious. And I've got a clip of it. You want to hear it?
I kind of do, yeah. The hairstyle tracks now. He's a Wookiee.
Oh, my bad. That was Chewbacca. This is Baron.
Well, that's way more fucking annoying.
Yeah, but it sounds like Chewbacca, kind
It
of.
does. That's insane. Oh my god. I'd have fucking hit this guy so fast if he got in my face and did that.
Now let's hear that again. First is Chewie. And then, just kind of separate yourself from the background music, because I had to rip this right off of the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's got the little the dramatic music in the background.
But yeah, no, I'd have drilled this guy.
It sounds just like Chewie.
That's a knee right in the fucking bread basket as fast as you can throw it.
But these were gangsters who he had just met. He then grabbed one of the other contestants and then pulled him into the pool.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah.
A bunch of violent psychopaths. Let's start trying to prank him,
The guy and another one in retaliation grabbed Baron and forced his head into the hot tub, swirly style. Luckily, the guy took it as a joke, but in all seriousness, the show could have easily had a brawl on the very first night of filming.
For sure. For sure.
I mean, he just runs up and tackles this guy like a defensive back, running down a receiver or something.
Hits him like Troy Polamalu in the open field.
Yeah, right into the pool.
That's not a nice thing to say though, because Troy Polamalu has beautiful hair.
That's just true. Producers wanted Baron gone, but then the host sat down with him on camera saying that people had been throwing him away his entire life, but he wasn't going to do that by booting him. I'm not going to throw you away, Baron.
Jesus.
He's
a criminal. Don't treat him with kid gloves. Fuck.
Come over to this party with my bro P. Diddy. I think it was P. Diddy back in 2006 or 2008 or whatever.
Yeah, so probably in that neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah. Baron apologized to all the other contestants the next day, and he said that he wasn't going to drink another drop of alcohol for the rest of the show.
Sure.
Apparently he didn't.
Really?
Yeah. This act of character boosted his popularity among the producers. And maybe he could actually take home the prize and get out of the streets.
I'm going to guess probably not, though.
Yeah, probably not. But by episode 9, the show had its final 4, and Baron was one of them. It really looked like the prize was his for the taking, as long as he didn't fuck up.
Which he's going to. He's going to.
Well, it didn't really specify. It's just they voted him out that day. He did all this work just to wreck at the white flag.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean he was the odds-on favorite to win it all and everything, and but by the way, white flag, that's a racing term, people, you got one lap to go.
Yep.
They throw the white flag. So he was at the white flag, and he didn't win. He did his departure scene with class, and even though he didn't win, he was shown. He was shown. Everybody saw him. If he played his cards right, he could wind up with a career in Hollywood. I mean, like Adam Lambert. He didn't win The Voice, but he's the lead singer of Queen.
Yeah, that's true.
So who got the better end of that deal? And does anybody even remember the name of the guy who won it? I don't. But a prosecutor from Miami saw the show and recognized Baron. She knew the case, so she raised an eyebrow over this. She knew that the police didn't have enough evidence to arrest Baron. I bet that all over the country, prosecutors, cops, and detectives were probably a double-digit percentage of that show's audience.
And they'll had that fucking Leonardo DiCaprio moment from
Oh,
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I still haven't watched that movie, but well, I mean, it's
I know
that was
that guy.
that was what I was thinking when I made the artwork for this episode.
They're just like, I know that asshole.
Yeah, that's what I was.
This fucking guy. I know him.
Oh man. Anyway, Suko and the other detectives decided to go through the witnesses from Marcelo Vera's case and find some that maybe didn't get interviewed or revisit some who did.
Right.
8 months after the show ended,
We got a date
We
again.
got a date. You know what that means. We got a date. And for the true crime machine.
Fucking banger. Oh god, it's a good song.
December 4th, 2009, a heroin dealer named Randy had been arrested. This arrest was reported to a firearms examiner at Miami-Dade PD by somebody in another district letting him know. Randy's 9mm was seized. It was test fired, and the results were put into NIBIN, which is the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network. It's run by the ATF, and it's a computer system that stores digital images of the spent bullet casing. And it helps police match shell casings from crime scenes to find links between different violent crimes.
The way that works is if you legally buy a firearm, which I'm assuming this guy didn't, like with I could go in my closet right now and grab the one from either my Glock or my Springfield. You get a little envelope in your case that has fired casing in it. And the way that works is every firing pin has like a micro tag on it, so that anytime you fire that, it leaves that micro tag on the primer so that they can trace it back to a specific fired firearm.
Well,
so it's not the ammunition that they're tracking, it's they're actually tracking the firearm off of the spent casing.
Cool.
Yeah.
But this was the gun that was used to kill Marcelo Vera. Police were salivating. Could Randy be Big Killer or Crazy Dread?
Could be.
If he was one of them, he could place Barron at the scene.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when they interviewed Randy, he said he had no clue about the case or Barron or Big Killer or Crazy Dread or anybody. It was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course.
He could have been lying, though, and police knew that. But Stephanie, remember her?
Mm-hmm.
She's already convicted and serving time. The police took Randy's photo and put it in a photo lineup, and she asked her if she knew anybody in that lineup. She said she didn't, and at this point, she's got no reason to lie. So Randy was eliminated as a suspect in the murder, and they're back to square one with two murderers on the loose.
Okay.
So police began monitoring and tailing Barron, just watching him, learning his routines and hangouts. The police located a childhood friend of Barron named Jerry Rios. He had been arrested on a weapons charge, and he was in the U.S. illegally, and he was about to be deported. Jerry was questioned, and he said that he had grown up with Barron, but knew nothing about the murder. The detectives had a hunch that he knew more, so they started asking him about guns. This got steered back to Barron. Barron likes guns, and he always carried one with him. Take a guess.
9mm.
No, it was a 38.
Okay.
They asked Jerry about other people who Barron ran with, and Jerry started naming names, and soon he dropped two names. Take a guess.
Big Killer. And I'm sorry. Big Killer and what's the other one? Something
Crazy Dread.
Crazy Dread. There we go.
So they offered Jerry a deal. Wear a wire, talk to Barron, get him to admit that he participated in killing Marcelo. So what does he get if he's successful? Take a guess.
Plea deal.
Which is what? Or what's his plea deal?
Probably to get out of the murder charge.
No. Jerry's not being charged with
Oh,
murder.
I'm sorry.
Deportation
idea.
off the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to deport you if you get a confession. So we're now in June of 2010, almost 4 years after Marcelo was murdered. Jerry got wired up and he met with Barron. He got into a car with Barron and they drove around town just shooting the shit. Detectives were in a car tailing Barron and Jerry.
Mm.
Barron and Jerry's ice cream. Wonder
I'd
if they
still
had
eat
ice
that
cream.
over Ben and Jerry's.
Same. Probably cost less.
Probably.
But Barron said that he was nervous that they had found a gun in a botched robbery that he was part of a few years before and that somebody had died. Jerry asked him if the guy had money, and Barron said he had about $500,000. He was a painter, and he had bought Stephanie a big gold chain. He said that if it hadn't been for Stephanie, that shit would have been good, implying that Stephanie had somehow ruined the plan. It's like, no, I don't think Stephanie ruined the plan there. I really don't, because
I don't think so.
I think somebody in the crew that they had panicked, and that's when it went wrong. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, because they probably started off beating his ass, and then somebody freaked out.
And he probably got a couple really good shots in on one or two of them too.
Right.
He then said that Marcelo came at him, and he said that he wasn't going to hit him. Hit him means shoot. He said that Marcelo was begging for his life and begging him not to take his money either. He told Marcelo to shut up or he'd kill him. He then said that Big Killer hit Marcelo first, and in this case, hit him means punched him.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't seen each other in a long time, and this conversation was over 2 hours long. I mean, they should have just started a podcast.
Yeah.
Put a knife in there. Barron said that after that, he didn't run with Killer and Dredd anymore, but he kept going back to the 9mm that was found. Jerry asked if it was the same one that they shot the guy with, and Barron said, yeah, it was a 9 and a 38. But you may be wondering why he's worried about the 9mm when he carried a 38, which hadn't been found.
Mm.
For whatever reason, Barron used a 9mm that night, and Big Killer used a 38. And if you remember, the 9mm had been fired 5 times, and the 38 had only been fired once.
Yeah.
He then said that he shot him with the 9mm, but he said they had thrown that gun into the ocean. Here's the thing, though. The only people who knew that a 9mm had been used were the medical examiners, the investigators, and who else?
The shooter.
Exactly. So I guess he hadn't thrown it into the ocean after all.
No.
But our guy Barron was a true crime fan. He knew how investigations worked. I mean, he watched Snapped and other true crime TV shows, so he knows that police can arrest a suspect years and years after the crime. There's no statute of limitation on murder. So are you ready for the twist?
What is it?
He even told Jerry that he only went on G's to Gent so that he could win the money and be able to afford an attorney just in case he got pegged for this murder.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you know what? He almost did win it. He came very close to winning it. So with the exception of the drunken day one, he really did want to win in the show, and he was going to show everybody exactly what they needed to see in order to do it. He should have started a podcast. If he had, he would have been too busy to go out and commit murder.
Yep, exactly. You got to research, you got to edit,
People think this is easy. It's
Dude,
not.
I ain't got time to go commit fucking crimes. Are you kidding? Between this and having a kid, like,
the best way to keep your kids away from drugs.
Get them into a hobby. Oh,
guitars.
Oh,
they won't have any money to go buy drugs.
Mine's Warhammer.
Yeah.
Go see the plastic crack dealer. You won't have money to go see the real crack dealer.
Want some death
Especially-
sticks?
Especially at fucking $60 a box for 10 guys to paint.
Jeez.
Yeah,
So
you're telling me.
Police got a warrant for Barron's arrest and brought him in for a chit chat. He waived his rights and started talking. They asked him if he was involved in Marcelo's murder. He denied it. He said he had no involvement whatsoever. And then police showed him his own floppy disk,
Oh, no.
the tape of his conversation with Jerry, and take a guess of how he reacted.
Oh, sorry. He probably fucking freaked out. No?
It wasn't me.
He
I'm
said,
gonna kill Jerry. Oh, fuck, really? Okay, cool. Now we have terroristic threats on top of it?
he said that he didn't have that conversation.
Duh.
It wasn't me.
No, he was talking to a guy that looked like me.
Yeah, it sounds like me. Has a car just like mine with the same license plate.
Yep.
Still,
Same stupid ass haircut.
So at that point, he asked for an attorney. And the irony here was he went on the show to be able to get an attorney, and now he gets one for free.
Yay! Y'all got one of them public defenders I can borrow for a minute?
Barrett was charged with first-degree murder and armed robbery. August of 2015, the trial began, and Stephanie testified against him and got her sentence to reduced to 15 years.
What was she facing before that, though?
Wait a minute. She was sentenced for 15.
That's what I
Oh,
was thinking,
okay.
yeah.
I typed that wrong. Stephanie testified against him, which was the condition of her getting her sentence reduced to 15 years.
Okay, so she was probably looking at like 20 to 25 then.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
even more than that. Barron was convicted of first-degree murder, but he too took a deal, and he got 30 years. He gave them Big Killer. Brandon Owens was his name. He was later convicted of Owens. He was later convicted of first-degree murder and armed burglary. Crazy Dread, however, was never identified, but he didn't take part in the murder itself. Still, he's just as guilty in Florida.
Mhm.
In all, it took 12 years for Marcelo Vera to get justice. And the worst thing about all of this is Barron could have totally changed, and he almost did it.
Yep. So
But
12 years after his murder, so does that mean she only ended up having to serve like 3 more years of her sentence? With like time served or whatever?
no, from the day that Marcelo was shot to the day that Big
Okay.
Killer got sentenced, was 12 years.
Okay, I see.
That's a long case.
That's a long time, yeah.
Yeah. So, but really, I mean, it's like, damn, if he had just kind of played his cards right. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not saying that it's good that he got, that I wanted him to get away with murder, but still, I mean, he could have gone on that show. He could have got on that show, and if all of that was an act, he would have, a lot of people looking at him to be an actor, especially if he came out and said, "Yo, that was all an act."
Yeah. Well, I mean, you said it was like
because once you get booted from one of those shows, you can do whatever the hell you want. So if you
Yeah.
can say that was all an act. Yo, Hollywood, give me some
give
some
me on
attention
another
here.
reality show.
Well, even that, but
But
still,
you said,
I mean,
you said it would have been like $100,000.
$100,000.
Dude, he could have just moved to like fucking Vietnam and lived like a king for the rest of his life with $100,000.
Right?
You know,
But
people are pretty dumb.
yeah, but that's it. That's
Damn.
the story. I told you it was gonna be a short one.
No, that's okay. That's just like, this guy is stupid as shit. They all are, actually.
Oh, he's a true crime fan. So, hey, if you're listening to this, Baron, and you want to come on a podcast and tell us about it. I mean, ckcbpodcast@gmail.com.
I mean, he won't be out of jail before either one of us are dead, so.
He could do an interview if he wanted to.
Think so?
Ed Kemper did it all the time. I was trying to get Ed Kemper. at one point, but his health is just too bad. He couldn't do it, but he did all sorts of interviews and stuff.
Have you ever heard any of the Star Wars books he read in
I have
prison?
not, but I want to.
Dude,
No,
it's
what I
fucking
wanted
crazy.
to do was cover Herbert Mullins and have Ed Kemper on as doing commentary on Herbert Mullins. That's what
Just
I wanted
to
to
fucking
do.
pick on him because he did not like him at all.
No, I think
Herbie.
No, I think it would have. I think that would have been great to hear. You know, just to hear him ragging. Like I'll go ahead. I would say something. He'd be like, "Nah, that's not really how it happened. That's just Herbie running his mouth. This is likely what happened." You know, I mean that would have been gold, and that would have shot this podcast right up to the top of the charts. But
let's see if I can.
I tried. I was bugging the shit out of the place where he's at in Vacaville, California.
I can share a clip of him reading "Flowers in the Attic" if you'd like.
I assume it's very well spoken.
Yeah, hold up. I'll do share. I'm not sure if the audio will transfer over or not, but let's give it a shot. Here we go.
Chapter 1. Goodbye, Daddy. Truly, when I was very young, way back in the 50s, I believed all of life would be like one long and perfect summer day. After all, it did start out that way. There's not much I can say about our earliest childhood except that it was very good, and for that I should be everlastingly grateful. We weren't rich, we weren't poor. If we lacked some necessity...
Okay. But, yeah, about what I expected it to sound like.
Yeah. I mean, kind of not what you would expect someone who fucked his own mother's head to sound like reading a book, but
this is true.
You know.
But I've heard enough clips of him talking and everything. Guy's super smart.
Yeah, no, he's a very smart dude. Very crazy dude also.
Yeah. But I think it would have been awesome. I mean, if I had to fly to Vacaville and do the interview in person, I would have done it. I would have found a way to make that happen.
And listen, if there's anybody out there listening to this that's considering committing a serial murder, let us know.
Oh, you had to go there, didn't you?
We'd love to hear from you.
You know he's gonna say it. He won't sugarcoat it. You might even say he's a loon. That's history, Goon.
I'm tired, and I thought it was funny, and it was.
Well, it was funny.
I will not back. I won't backtrack on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that. And we promise we won't turn you in. Wink, wink.
Do it before you start, and then we can be part of the documentary afterwards.
Yeah, and we could be part of the prosecuted too, as accessories.
No, it's not. No, if we're not condoning them doing it, we just want to talk to someone who has that mindset to maybe go do it themselves.
Yeah,
we're curious boys. Your Honor, I plead. I'm a curious boy.
Anyway, thanks a lot for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
We appreciate the hell out of it. Since we're talking about serial killer related stuff, if you go to my YouTube page right now, or for my music, you'll find my version of Mystery Writer, which is the song written by Danny Rolling that I took that I made a heavy metal anthem banger of a song out of, that Danny Rolling would have absolutely freaking hated. You can find that and all of my other stuff there on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description.
Perfect.
It's an awesome song, but I like it. Anyway, but we appreciate the hell out of it. Please subscribe, follow the YouTube page, comment, follow us on whatever streaming platform you use, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, or whatever. 5-star ratings are awesome because that helps, but what helps the most is I've never been good at doing outro set. I've never been good at it. I don't know why, but word of mouth. Do this for CKCA and also do it for History Goon, which is an amazing podcast.
I mean,
you
it's a
definitely need
solid
to
6.
you definitely need to check out his Fritz Haber episode, which at the time we're recording this is his current episode.
Yes.
So
Then my upcoming episode, as of time of like when this one comes out, my current episode then will be way less of a bummer and way more fun because I'm covering New Hampshire-born Vermont hero John Stark from the Revolutionary War.
yay!
Bad motherfucker.
Anyway,
Isn't he a saint? Like canonically, technically? I mean, we don't really know. Could he be? Maybe you can make the argument.
maybe.
Um,
Anyway,
did he make a bunch of Ottomans very uncomfortable? Yes. Yes, he did.
you got to clean them with the right thing, because especially if they're made out of cotton, and you use any type of water in them, and everything it's gonna get caught in there. It's gonna cause brownout on it. I mean, Ottomans, you really got to know your fabric when you're.
Yeah, I mean, if
when you're making Ottomans, otherwise Ottomans will get uncomfortable.
if you have a leather Ottoman, you can use Armor All on it if you get the right
This
one.
is true.
Or you can just stick a very large pole up its ass.
If you like us, tell a friend. If you hate us, tell an enemy. Until next week, later.
And honestly, I think after anything with the word communism in it, Ottomans might be the second most like hated on thing on my show historically. But hey, okay, love you, bye.